What's up YouTube? So today we're going to be breaking down the sounds of Supertramp, and specifically the whirly sound and the bass sound. I was just about to record this video with this MIDI controller. Sounds pretty good, but then I remembered my flatmate literally has a real whirly, so I was like, can I borrow it, please? Yeah, pretty crazy difference, honestly. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I've got some multi-track stems for a song called Lady, which I reckon is the most like quintessential Wurlitzer sound from Supertramp. I know their Breakfast in America album also had really iconic whirly, but I reckon this one in particular just has a bit more punch to it. And I'll just play a little bit of the isolated whirly, and then we'll compare it to what I've got, and then I'll play through it, and then we'll break down how I mixed it to get it sounding as close to the record as possible. See, it's got a like real nice bite to it.
On what your heart has told you is nothing gonna hold you from flying away, flying away, flying away.
And yeah, Roger plays with his left hand as well, but I can't do it at the same time, so I'm gonna punch that in separately, and then I'll record it on the software keyboard, and I'll try and like A/B them as best I can.
Are you acting on what your heart has told you? Is nothing gonna hold you from flying away, flying away, flying away? 'Cause there's nowhere to go, though the road is outstretching before you, and the farther you go, I said you're never gonna get you to heaven. I said you're never gonna get you to heaven. And you know just who you are, and you know that there's something between us, and you like what you feel, but I can tell that you're not gonna turn back. Well, I can tell that you're not gonna turn back.
Yeah, it's funny, with the real whirly, you can kind of hear, it's got a lot more kind of, I guess, like low mids and mids. Let's just listen. So that's the real whirly, and this is the fake one. I don't know, it's like, you can just tell it's fake when you A/B it. It's very subtle though, honestly. Like, I reckon this whirly emulation is pretty bang on. It's the contact one, if anyone wants to get it. So that's the fake one. Real one. It's just a bit fuller, I reckon. It's got more going on, you know? All right, so let's break down this whirly sound. I'll use the real one as the example. First of all, like a really aggressive EQ. If I turn it off, you'll notice lots of that kind of, I guess around like 500 hertz. It's a bit much. See, it's real muddy in that kind of area. Flick it on, and it's all of a sudden, that's the Supertramp thing. See that? It just sounds like poos. And so does that. It sounds awful. And then you really want to accentuate around like 2000 hertz. So if I solo that, it's like all the presence, you know? It's like right in your face. And I've also just done a massive shelf around 7 upwards. And that just gives you the more, that like, I don't know, that really shiny, just like brittleness that is like really present in the sound. And then I just put it through this Neve preamp, and I boosted around 700 as well, just to bring back a little bit of that stuff we're taking out. Just at the upper end of it, just kind of bringing it up a little bit there so it doesn't sound really hollow. So if I turn this off, now I'll turn it back on, it just brings back a little bit of that kind of upper low mid area. And then I'm just compressing it with a pretty fast compressor just so it bites a bit more, you know? So it's quite a fast attack, just so it digs in. Yeah, not doing it heaps, maybe like -5 at the loudest part. So that's a big part of it as well. It is just kind of taming those like transients and just like kind of slamming it a little bit. And then this is the most important part, I reckon. If I turn this off, see how it's kind of like banged down the middle? Flick it on, all of a sudden it's coming out both sides. And if you listen to the original track, that's exactly what they've done. It's coming out both sides. And I'm not sure how they did it, but the way I do it is just using that tape machine and slightly offsetting the delays. So you can see on the right side, it's 15 milliseconds. On the left side, it's 4 milliseconds. So it's kind of like, almost like doing this. And I'm also saturating it a bit. So just kind of pushing it through the tape pretty hard, which I'm sure they would have been doing in the studios back in the 70s anyway. And this is another important part, is the chorus. And this particular chorus I'm really liking at the moment. It's super old school, like you can just tell by the look of it, it's based off some kind of 70s chorus thing. I read somewhere that they might have used like a Boss CE1 on the whirly to get that chorus sound, and I reckon this is probably the closest I've got. I also have this one, which I could be interested to try as well. It will be kind of close. Okay, the CE2, so yeah, it is kind of similar. So that's the Boss one. Yeah, see the universal one, I don't know, it's just got a bit more, it's in dual mode, so I think it's chorusing it like double or whatever, I'm not sure what it means. But yeah, I just found that this one did the trick for me. So that's what I was doing to get it as close to the original as possible. Let's just do some A-Bing between this and the multi-track stem. I think it's pretty damn close, considering I don't have a real studio either. This is all just freaking in the box. And then if we listen to the fake one, pretty darn close as well. And yeah, I've processed it exactly the same, so all the same plugins, except the Neve preamp. I only put the Neve one on this because, I don't know, it was lacking a bit of what that already had. So that's my whirly sound. And yeah, like I said, you don't actually really need the real whirly to get pretty close. And now let's do some bass. I was doing some research on this album, and there's not really many sources that say what bass the bass player was using. But if you listen to the isolated track, I think it's either a jazz bass or a Rickenbacker using the bridge pickup almost exclusively. Because if you listen to this, see how punchy it is? So I reckon if I use my jazz bass with the bridge pickup, see how it's got that kind of like nasally kind of pokiness to it? And it sounds like he's got some old round wounds on it that's been EQ'd really heavily to take off the highs. I actually just put some flat wounds on this because I thought he was using flat wounds, but just listening to that, I could hear the zing of the string. And it's funny because this E string on my bass is a round wound because I was missing a flat wound E string, so that's really annoying. But the A, D, G string are all flat wounds. Okay, let's punch this bass in, and then we can kind of hear the track in context. Because at the moment, the whirly is just it's a bit naked at the moment. It needs some tender bass in the background. Can I do that again? And yeah, let's mix this bass now. So what I heard from the isolated track is I reckon it is the bridge pickup he's using, or on the Rickenbacker, the bridge pickup on that. But they've boosted the bass heaps, you know, because when you just solo that bridge pickup, you tend to lose a bit of that oomph that you kind of get a bit closer to the neck. So I reckon what I'll do is I'll pull up the Neve preamp. This is like the best preamp to use on a bass, I reckon. And just kind of boost maybe around 100 or maybe even 60. I'll just have a listen and see what I reckon. And we'll take off heaps that high end. Probably a good amount there. And let's find a good bass frequency. So let's try 60 first. Yeah, 60 is pretty close. And now can we get rid of some low mids? Yeah, it almost sounds like they've boosted around like 200 or so. I'm gonna boost a little bit of that, cut out a little bit of 300. Maybe not that much. That's my one, and this is their one. It's still a lot darker, so how can we filter out even more top end with just a standard EQ? And then I reckon what we'll do is we'll saturate it. We'll push it harder through the neve. If you flick it to mic mode and then turn the +20 on, and then we'll just crank it a bit until it almost breaks up. If you push it real hard, so you can hear it breaking up now. But we don't want to hear it breaking up. I reckon just below that. Pretty close. I almost reckon there's still too much in the very low frequencies. That's the thing with lots of 70s records is the bass isn't actually kind of heaving a lot down the low end. I reckon often just shelving out a bit, you know, like probably like 60 and below is actually kind of wise if you want to get that same kind of sound. So how can we just pull this down around there from about maybe like 50 below. See, it just kind of smooths it out a bit and it's not as subby. It's pretty close. I'll just compress the bass a little bit. I'll use a slow attack one because I want to keep that picky transient. I don't want to slam it too hard. I reckon around there is pretty good. Yeah, man, that's actually really close. But yeah, so that's how you do it, you know, with the bass. It's pretty simple. And yeah, it's really just that whirly sound. It's took me a while to dial in, but I'm pretty happy with the result. Like, this thing sounds mean. It's so good. And yeah, you could literally apply these same techniques to the other songs. I feel like their Breakfast in America whirly sound is a bit, almost like a bit chubbier. It's not as mid-punchy in the mid-range. It's almost like all the mids are scooped out. See, if we put this whirly sound in that context. See, it's like the one that we've just created for the song Lady. It's got a bit more in the mids, as this one, it's just a bit more scooped and kind of almost like farty sounding. It's hard to explain it. It sounds like a fart, like in a good way. Like it's like a good fart. This is way more in your face, like kind of punchy. I think I actually prefer this kind of sound more than the Logical Song one. But yeah, this song is underrated. Like, you guys should check out the whole album, Crisis What Crisis. It's like one of my favorite albums, like ever. All right, let's have a quick listen through of what I've done. Just bear with all the timing mistakes. It's kind of hard without the click. I did my best. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you can take these techniques and, you know, do your own thing with it. Let's have a quick listen and then I'll catch you next time.
Lady, you're going across the water. Well, don't you think you oughta be waiting a while? Are you acting on what your heart has told you? Is nothing gonna hold you from flying away, flying away, flying away? I said you're not gonna